Hey everybody, and welcome back to Crusader Kings 2. We'll get a quick update here on what has happened since we last left off. And I have to refresh myself as well. It's been a couple of days. So, we put Desmond down. The traitorous Earl died from a maim, I believe, if I remember correctly. And his son took over. Luckily, his son loves us. Actually, let's take a look real quick. His son is quite fond of us. So, I mean, the short reign is kind of nasty, but that'll go away. And I'm a lustful bastard compared to his chaste ways. But other than that, I crushed a major revolt of his father. He loves me for that. Our state diplomacy is great. He loves our noble customs. We're a diligent liege, and we're both gluttonous. And our prestige is nice, so that's good. So he likes us a whole lot, so he's going to be a loyal vassal. Now, at some point, what I do want to do is take lands for myself and increase my demesne size. But for now, I don't think that's really possible outside of maybe seizing some cities. We could... Must have a special revoke reason. Yeah, we can't. We have a truce, so we can't quite do that. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to actually take a look at my children, because I noticed something. Again, when I boot up the game, I like to kind of go through it a little bit, kind of refresh myself before I start. And if you guys thought you were done raging at some of my stupid actions, by the way, you're very wrong. So I was going through my children, and obviously I have my twin boys, but my daughter is a dwarf. She's a dwarf, and that's sad. She's going to get -1 martial for that, but we can still marry her off for some sort of alliance later on. I'm more curious to what alliance we're going to end up choosing later is what I'm wondering. But my eldest son is still in charge. He is going to be the heir to the throne soon enough, and we'll worry about that later. So my more important thing is actually to head over to our council. The war is done, and I'm very curious if we picked up anybody along the way that is better at some of these jobs than my current people. So we have our chancellor here. Let's take a look at diplomacy skill. Whoops, there it is. And no, we don't have anybody better for our chancellor. Let's take a look at our marshal. Do we have anybody who's a better marshal than he is? And I don't believe we do, but I like to check. We do not. We could release him and put him on there. He's our courtier. Just not a big deal. Courtiers aren't that big of a deal. Let's take a look at our steward. Now, it is our son who is our steward. Oh, there is a few people better than he is. Oh, the new Earl we inherited is actually a much better steward than my son. Now, we'll lose a bit for that, but he'll get over it. If anything, we'll he'll get over it quickly. So we're going to release him and hire our new Earl here as our steward. And I think that's how it's going to go. So he's going to be our new steward. We're going to have him research economy tech. Our son is not going to be happy about it, but we'll worry about that in the later. Spy master, I highly doubt anybody is a better spy master than who we have. We have a phenomenal spy master. And our chaplain is the same way. He adores us for some reason. Yeah, he is just very content. We crushed a major revolt, etc., etc. So I highly doubt we'll find anybody better than him, and that is the case. So let's take a look at how much our son dislikes us at this point. He does not like us at all, but you know what? He's our son, and we're going to award him an honorary title just for being our son, and I want him to like us a lot. So we can see what it'll turn. We can make a master of the horse, master of the hunt. What is his stats? He's got a decent martial. Let's make him potentially award honorary title. I'm going to give him... I don't want to give him cupbearer. That's a lot. So we'll make him master of the horse. And we'll send that off. He has become master of the horse. That'll bump up his relation with us. On top of it, I also want to go into our castle, and we have money to spend here. So let's see. We can make a higher levy size and more tax income. A shallow moat, which will up our fort level, which is currently... fort level. There it is. It's a 3. Not bad. Well, actually, it might be a little bit. It's 3.5. Let's see. Castle village. We could also... What's a village going to give us? Just some more income? We could do that. Let's bump up. Let's build a castle village for now. Actually, let's upgrade our palisade for now. It's going to take another year, I believe, but it's going to be better for our standing army. And has been sent. Yeah. So the new Earl, by the way, should adore us because we just promoted him to our steward. He's gonna be our steward. You know, his father was an asshole, but he's not, and he likes us a lot. And we may not like him for being who he is, but it doesn't change the fact that he's a good man overall. This woman, on the other hand, is a bastard. She hates the Earl, and that is interesting. What is her? She's a martial prowess. She thinks she's possessed. speaking in tongues, spitting and assaulting those nearby as if possessed by evil spirits. Has great pox. Character suffers a great pox, the venereal plague, later known as syphilis. Great. I don't know how good she's going to be. Countess of Desmond. In fact, we may want to try and assassinate her. Duke Murshad has decided it's time for Countess Bebin to depart this world. Duke Murshad and his backers will look for opportunities to kill Bebin. The higher the plot power, the more likely they are to find openings. We have a 17% chance thus far, and we can't really add much to it. We could do that. There's honestly not much we can do, unfortunately. The people who hold the most power don't like us very much. Let's see. We want something above 100% typically if we're going to go through with it, so we're going to have to cancel for now. We're not going to plot to kill her. What we are going to do... Why can't we hold a feast? This has to be November. I can buy indulgence. So we're going to let time start to pass, I think. The time of peace is now upon us. Blessing upon you and your horse. I refuse to back your foolish plot. I canceled that, so... It dawns on you one day that there is a plenty of intrigue happening right under your nose. Your servants, from the kitchen maids to the stable boys, share juicy gossip with each other on a daily basis. If you want to improve at this twisted game of manipulation and deceit, then perhaps you ought to dive in and join the prattle. Gossip sessions? Never. I'm not quite sure, but let's try it. Let's join some gossip sessions. We are attempting to up our intrigue. That is kind of one of our big goals, and we don't necessarily want to raise our armies yet against this man. I'm actually curious what his current army is. His levy size is about 303 men. We can raise approximately 277 plus about another 200. I mean, we could crush them. Right now, he can't really raise much. He doesn't have much he can do. Ossory is going to be ours for the taking, but it's going to have to take time. We're going to have to let time pass before we really worry about it too much. Let's take a look at... That's our military... City of Limerick. We could raise quite a good amount. Our laws... Normally, feudal lords are exempt from paying taxes, however, the other ranges are fairly common. So we lose vassal opinion of us, but we get noble taxes out of this, which might be nice to think about. But I don't want to do it yet. Once we reign 10 years, by the way, we're going to be doing I believe primogeniture, the oldest child of the ruler, inherits all titles. It might be seniority. Nope. Yeah, we're going to be changing all of this very shortly. Just to make sure. I'm not quite sure. It's Agnotic Gavelkind, which Gavelkind, I can't even remember what it does. Gavelkind, very popular law. So, etc., etc. Taking part in the gossip sessions of your servants have proved an enlightening experience. Not only have you learned of new ways to obtain sensitive information, but also that one of the milkmaids is secretly carrying the blacksmith unborn child. Oh, the scandal! 2 intrigue! Wow. Very, very nice. So we gained 2 intrigue out of that. And we need to get it to 8, I believe, before anything happens. What is his... Become steward. He wants to be steward again. I'm sorry, my son. It is not going to happen. But I love you, so I'm going to send you a gift of 20 gold just to raise your opinion of me. Let's see. I'm the fat? No! I've gained the fat title. Not okay. I've become fat. I don't know why. I've gone through a war. Things have been a little rough. Weird that they go through fat. Once summer rolls around, we're going to be holding a summer fair. Here it is. It's going to cost 3.25 gold, but it's a summer fair, and it should hopefully make people happy. So we're going to hold a summer fair. I've given the order that a summer fair should be held in Thoman. Kind of a celebration for the peace around our nation. I believe we should celebrate before we go back to war. You want to raise people's spirits before that happens. We could gain an intrigue. If I revoke this Ormond, who's currently ruling Ormond? The regent. He doesn't like me very much. Its ragged fur and sorrowful eyes made the bear look pitiful, but when its trainer started playing his flute, the bear started dancing. The dancing bear and his trainer traveled from fair to fair, and this year they came to the summer festival in Thomond. Let's see. I wonder how he does that. My turtle box. Who is this guy? He's completely incapable, right? He was... Where is he? Who is this man? What does he rule? He has nothing... What is he? Is he seriously just my cousin? And he's incapable? Keep him on a short leaf if she does anything. Give the following effects. I'll get a +1 intrigue. Actually, we're going to want to do that. So we're going to have to do that. Yep. We'll make sure that he does end up getting killed if that happens. Who is this man's children? All my kinsmen. I don't think they have any claims. Since his father has no claims, they have no claims. So this is the best part of the summer fair. Things kind of get fun. And England, holy crap, England has started to fracture slightly. Whoa. So we have, what is spreading? Suffolk, Duchy of Norfolk? Are they literally just, yeah, it looks like Norfolk is trying to break independence here. It does look like that's exactly what's happening. They have no liege. She is the Duchess. And they are fighting to take England. And poor King Robert of England. King of England. King Robert is apparently the one who's taking it. William the Conqueror did end up dying, which is interesting. So I'm assuming his brother? Let's actually take a look at his family tree. So it is William the Conqueror, heir to County of Maine, Queen Mother. So she's Queen Mother, and then you have Queen. The question is, where did he come from? Is it son? It must be his son. That's my guess. Has taken over. So William the Conqueror did die. I'm curious how he died. He died comatose. He was incapable, maimed, so he just got beaten up in battle. But that's fine. So they're fighting for independence. My kinsman Donald practically lives in the kitchen. He's a little glutton. Let him eat! I'm a fat man. Why not him? Let's Donald's opinion. Yeah, let him eat. We could hit him with a stick and birch him. Or send him to church. No, let him eat, a merry child. Let him become fat and happy. The peddlers are loading their wares, and the merchants are taking down their stalls. The summer fair was fun. I gained prestige for it, which is very nice. I bumped up my prestige, my intrigue, one more, and I get what I'm looking for. And I can happily live with that. Though I am still looking to kill his wife and potentially marry him to somebody more useful. I don't like her. And if we can marry him off to somebody more useful, we could press his claims, because he has no claims right now. So if we marry him off to somebody who has claims, we could press the claims for him. Let's see. Malachi, my dear nephew, clearly upset, is reminding me of my promise to get him married. He's our marshal. We are going to want to start doing that. You're off to the monastery. I still have not someone good in mind. My Conch-Bar. Does he have claims? No. But we could marry him off to somebody nice. So hang on. We'll do that. We'll pause the game and we'll get him married to somebody. Let's see. Who in the world could we potentially do this to? We could marry him off to a princess of the Byzantine Empire. I have a feeling he would leave, though. And we wouldn't want it to be matrilineal. Though he would get 500. Yikes. We're going to go back and take a look at other people we could do. So he is currently just a courtier. We can marry him off to... I want to marry somebody with a great military score. How's that? An Italian courtier. We could marry him off to an Italian courtier. I'm curious. How old is she? She's 33. And I'm very curious if she has any claims. She has claims! A weak claim on the Duchy of Capua, and a weak claim on the Emirate of Salerno. So we could do that, actually, which is nice. So let's do that. And she's just a courtier, but she does have claims. She's greedy, she's slothful, she's cruel, she's brave, though. She's a tough soldier, and he would gain, and therefore I would gain more under marrying a courtier. Why? What is he? Just a nobody? Is he my nephew, literally a nobody? Send it off, and we'll, oh, they're in the middle of a war. Interesting. Duke Murshad the Fat. But I don't think they gain an alliance. Let's take a... No, there's no alliance there, so we don't have to worry about it. So send it off. Get married. You'll be a happy man for it. You'll be a better man for it. You've seen me. Let's just head home. Bam. Done. And continue our time. So we were able to host a nice feast. A nice... What? To the heroic Duke Murshad, peace be with you. I accept his suggestion to marry them. Good. Has arrived at our court. Welcome. What can we do? Let's see. Can we press these claims for her? She doesn't like me at all. I'm a foreigner, a short reign, attraction to gluttonous. Can be inherited by successor. Can I push these claims for her? Is the question. I feel like there's a way to do it. Educate child. Award honorary title. We could do that. Handing out alms an integral part. We can make her... I'm not going to do that, though. I'm not going to give her an honorary title. Let's take a look at our factions. Not our factions. Yes, okay. Get rid of that. I was looking at our... Maybe... There we go. Our court. So, opinion of Alexander. So he loves us compared to him. That's good. Everybody in here likes us a lot, except for her. And that's fine. I'm not going to worry about it. Though, what's her ambition? Spy Master? Her intrigue's really not that good, so I'm not going to really worry about that. At age 62, Tag O'Brien died of natural death. One of our courtiers. No biggie. He hadn't have a wife. He was old. I don't know what more to say. My beloved half-brother Losan is concerned that he's still not married. Alright, I will find him somewhere nice. My half-brother. Let's see. What is he good at? He's another military man. Another military genius. He's promised a marriage, so he's gaining that. He's a humble man. He's chaste. He's gregarious. He's zealous. He's a scholar. Tough soldier. And I think our young... who is this? Our granddaughter. Oh, yes, our granddaughter needs education. She's relatively boring looking, so we'll send her off. Who do we want to send her off to? Let's see. How's her stats? Quite good. Intrigue. We could make her useful. A high intrigue, though. Or I don't know if... Or we could do that. Okay, let's just do that. It's our son. It's our granddaughter. It's important. So let's go ahead and send her as child off to something interesting. Right. Educate the child. Let's see. We can send it to my wife. Be diplomatic. We can make her diplomatic, which would be nice. We don't really have an opinion of anybody else. We kind of just want to keep things nice around here, so we'll send her off to my wife. Alright, so she's going to be educated by her grandmother. How wonderful. Half-grandmother or something. Step-grandmother. So he's dead. Unfortunate, but necessary. And December has come around. I meant to do... I don't know if it's too late. Let's head over here. Hold the summer fair. Hold a feast. I want to hold a feast. What this is going to do is allow all of my vassals to up themselves. All my vassals will be there. It's going to allow them to... Their opinion of myself is going to go high, high up. And that's what I want to do before we go to war over Ossuary, which we're definitely going to be doing very, very shortly. We're going to be pressing that and taking it. So let's hold the feast. We'll wait to see what ends up happening. We'll crank it up to 3 speed to get the feast underway. No feast is complete without boar meat. Who will get the prestigious task of hunting and slaying the boars needed for the feast? Send out Marshal. Maliki, he'll get 10 prestige. And the 5% chance of him getting wounded. Send out my son. He'll gain 10 prestige. Let's open up this. How is Marshal? He loves me a lot. Might be my son. I'll hunt the boar myself. Or force the peasants to do it. Send my son. And we've got... Everybody was talking about the musicians. I finally had some time off from the preparations of my feast so I could see with my own eyes and hear my own ears people are talking about. Musicians were good and they were looking for a patron. We'll spend some gold and have them come and play for us. And while I was busy preparing for my feast, a troop of wandering jongleurs arrived at the castle. They looked a bit ragged, but their performance entertained the whole castle. Perhaps I should think about offering them patronage. Why not? We're going to go all out on this feast and make sure everybody is happy. And hopefully my son is able to get the boar without any problems. The best part about preparing for a feast is deciding what food to serve. I must purchase venison, boar, duck, spices, wine, ale, and all. I will spend lavishly on food. Spend enough food to satisfy? No. Lavishly. This is going to be an amazing feast. Now I only have to send out the invitations. All will be invited. How's my son? Did he do it? He did do it, and he loves me again, which is great. Which is excellent. He was fired for the council, but he loves me. And I hereby invite everybody to the feast. Come join us as we feast in preparation for war, where I raise your armies and destroy other people. So hopefully this feast ends up going well. I can see it going well. Let's take a look at England. It looks like Norfolk is still going well. There's a disease here. Consumption is an older name for a title for tuberculosis. The guests have finally arrived. All is ready. The cooks have worked the day and night preparing the food, and the castle has never looked lovelier. Welcome to my feast. Excellent. I wonder what will happen with a feast. I don't know much about feasts. I just knew it existed. Let's lock this here. What is this? We can take a look at everything. The last of the guests have returned home, and everyone agreed it was this year's greatest feast. I get a +5 diplomacy, and my general opinion goes up by 5. Holding a large feast will be removed from Dirk Mershad's the Fat. Alright, done. What would a feast be without entertainment? The jungler's dexterity and skill impressed, making me very pleased. And let's see, Dirk Mershad the Fat gets entertaining entertainment, and I get that's good. Is that okay? Excellent. So everything went well. Whoops. Sensing Mech Lorisian claims that he would be a better chancellor than Flatterbach and petitions that he shall be given the title of the Chancellor Duchy of Munster. So he is currently a 14. Let's take a look at our council. I don't know who this man is. A 13. He is a 14. So he's not just trying to make a power move. He is actually quite correct that he'd make a much better chancellor. I don't know who he is. Our nephew? He is now my chancellor. Longer chancellor for Duke Mershad. That's fine. He's actually much better, and we're going to have him start to fabricate claims in Kildare. And now, Ossory, my friend, that a period of illness. Who's Agnes? He's just my courtier. It doesn't bother me. Unfortunate, but people die every day. It is now time to declare war on the claim of Ossory and hope that this works out well.